Okay, so again, welcome back to another session of the Relaxing Fertility Yoga sponsored by the Fertility Partnership. My name is Julie. And just a few things to let you guys know. These sessions are for everyone. So they're for women in the IVF process and really at any point in the IVF process, but also for their partners, whether male or female. These sessions really are available to everyone, and it can be a really nice thing to do with your partner as well, just to spend an hour kind of winding down and chilling out together. Um, these sessions are safe, again, regardless of what point you are in the IVF cycle. That being said, if something doesn't feel right to you, please don't ever feel like you have to do it. If you're new to yoga or if you have any injuries, just please listen to your body. At the end of the day, I'm just a guide, and every session that we do here is different. And sometimes you'll hear me reference things like if something's good for uterine blood flow, for example, or something's believed to be good for hormonal balance. That being said, when we break down yoga and fertility, really one of the most important things that we can say about yoga and fertility is that it's really the calming down that is so beneficial. It's the whole mind body experience. It's not the breaking up into certain parts of, oh, this is for my reproductive system, this is for my endocrine system. It really is the holistic, bringing everything together, spending an hour just being. So we'll start the session with a centering and breathing exercise. We'll move into some warm-ups, and then from there we'll flow through some different postures. Just as a reminder, there are certain things that we don't do in here, and they're very, how do I want to say this? It's like extra precautionary, okay? So if you are a hardcore fitness person already, please don't panic if you've been doing some of these things. So like the things that we avoid in here typically are inversions, deep twists, and abdominal work. I just had this conversation with a good friend of mine yesterday. Who she's been trying to get pregnant for over a year, and she's just had a positive result, which is amazing. And she was worrying about, she's a fitness teacher, so she was worrying about doing abdominal work. And so we had a big conversation about that. And, I think, of course, it's better to go with how you feel. So if, it's just, and in these classes, we err on the side of caution. But again, it's just, they say that you can do anything in the first trimester anyway, anything you've already been doing. So, okay. That's my spiel. Okay. So one last thing to say, I am going to put some music on today, but what that does mean is you'll hear some extra, because the audio setting on Zoom now is on the low filter, which means that you might, for example, hear my dogs, like the one there who's chilled out. You might hear some background noise. My neighbors are doing some kind of drilling, but hopefully it won't be too loud and you'll just mostly get the chilled out music vibes. So yes, so we'll start with the centering and breathing. You can either sit or lie down for this. So feel free to use any props as well, blankets, pillows, any yoga props you have available to you, just whatever serves you. And for this centering and breathing, you can either, again, sit or lie down. It is a Thursday evening as we're recording this. So if you've been at work all day, especially if you've been sitting at a desk, go ahead and lie down. When you lie down, there are a couple different ways of doing this. So it can be really nice to bend your knees and place your, and just let your feet rest on the floor. That's better if you have lower back sensitivities. Otherwise, it's lovely also to just extend the legs out and just let everything flop out and just kind of and just be on the earth. And of course, if you prefer to sit, just let yourself sit up nice and tall. Okay. I'm just gonna pop the music on. Okay, so whether you're sitting or lying down, let's take a few rolls of the shoulders. You're going to inhale, roll them up. Exhale them down and back. And again. One more. And just relax your shoulders down. Relax your hands either facing up or down. Up for receiving energy, down for grounding energy. And close your eyes. Take a few deep inhales through the nose with exhales, sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. And just do that as many times as you need. Inhaling calm. Exhaling, sighing out, letting go. Just releasing anything that needs releasing. Once you've sighed out a few times, just return to the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice your breath. Notice where it's landing in your body. And what your breath can tell you about this moment in your body. And again, any external sounds, so whether that's from my end, if it's picking up on external sounds here, or if there's external sounds where you are, other people making noise, dogs barking, anything like that, try to just let it all be vibration. So not good, not bad, but just other creatures living their lives in this moment. From here, I'd like you to draw your awareness to the question, what can I celebrate today? What's going well? It's really easy when we're stressed, when we're struggling, when we're focused on something, when we have single objectives, it's easy to lose sight of a lot of the things in our lives that we have in this moment to be grateful for. So just drawing a sense of gratitude into your heart, into your awareness. What can you celebrate today? What can you be thankful for? And just start to make a little list in your mind. And let yourself just really pause and build that sense of thankfulness for each thing that you can celebrate. And it really can be anything, no matter how big or small, material or immaterial. So let's just take a few moments here. And settle into a sense of thankfulness. From here, bring your gratitude back to your breath. And just start to deepen the breath through the nose. Inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly fall. So we're just taking nice deep breaths there. And then deepen your breath further. Inhale through the nose. Fill up belly, ribs, chest. Expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. So we inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. And try to just anchor your mind into your deep breathing. Follow the wave of the breath, the rise and fall. We'll just take about 2 to 3 more deep breaths here. Then from here, start to mentally ready yourself for movement and just in your own time and in your own way, draw some movement back into your body. So just let yourself stretch, roll around, yawn, sigh. Just whatever feels good to you. And then we're going to start from seated. So if you're lying down, just pry yourself up from the floor. And we're going to, if it's available to you, just move the microphone. Okay. So if it's available to you, try to get the cord out of the way a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's do that. Try to make it a little prettier. Still not totally out of the way, is it? There we go. No, forget it. I'm gonna give up on that. Okay, so we're going to sit cross-legged, and please feel free to sit up onto something if you need to. So you can sit up onto some yoga props like a bolster or a meditation cushion or a couple blocks, or you could also sit up onto a couch cushion, or if you feel comfortable just sitting with nothing underneath, great, that's cool. It's just if you feel like you're being kind of drawn back and you're really tight in the hip flexor or the lower back, or the knees are up really high, that's usually when you would want to sit up onto something and just make it a little bit more comfortable for yourself. Okay? So from here, let's take an inhale, lift the arms up. Oh, and exhale, release down. So we're just merging breath and movement. So we inhale and lift, and exhale down. Inhale, lift. And then this time, exhale. Take your left hand down towards the left side, and then reach the right arm across. We're going laterally rather than twisting and turning. We're reaching laterally. And then inhale, lift up through center. And exhale over to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale across. Take a couple more. So we're just feeling that side stretch here. That's what we really want. One more to each side. Inhale, lift back up through center, and then interlace your fingers and turn up through your palms. Take a big stretch up to the sky. And then turn back up through your knuckles. Now, remember I was saying we don't do deep twists. That doesn't mean that we don't twist at all. We can, in this instance, take a little turn to the right. So we're twisting more into the upper body. We're not doing any major compression down here. So we take just that little turn. And then inhale, center, and exhale, twist over to the other side. And then inhale, center, and exhale. Release your hands, take them down onto your knees. And then from here, we're going to take the heart forward, roll the shoulders back, inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin into the chest and roll back. And again, inhale, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, round. One more. And inhale, take your heart forward, and then just start to spin it out to one side, roll it around to the back, spin it over to the other side. So you're just rolling around and around. So it's like you're using your body body to scoop out a jar and just let yourself feel your spine, feel your body here. And then go the other way. You know, we live in this very scheduled world where people even track their steps on Apple Watches or on phones or whatever. Just everything's kind of measured and scheduled, and we sometimes can lose the present and the sensuality of just being alive here right now. So I just really want to invite you to just enjoy the fact that you can move, that your body has this incredible ability to animate and to be alive. Okay, one more. Okay, and then take it back up through the center. Now we're going to do something that we have done in here before. I'm not sure if any of you have been here for this particular thing. It feels very weird if you've never done it before, but just go with me on it. So just a quick explanation before we do it. So we have something called the vagus nerve, V-A-G-U-S, not Vegas as in Las Vegas, but vagus, V-A-G-U-S. And the vagus nerve is a cranial nerve that actually comes all the way wandering down into the gut. And the vagus nerve is a nerve that can be responsible for many of our stress responses. And if we are chronically stressed, the vagus nerve can get habituated to chronic stress in the same way that we can become habituated to leaning into one foot when we're standing, or wearing our bag on one shoulder rather than the other one. Again, the vagus nerve is a nerve that can also become habituated to a stress response. And so what we're going to do is an exercise that's basically a circuit breaker for the vagus nerve. I find usually about 2/3 of my clients get a really positive reaction to this. It's an eye movement exercise. It's not woo-woo. It's actually, there's a physiological mechanism that's quite well studied. So even though it feels weird, and even though it might sound weird, there's really good science behind this. Again, it's an eye movement exercise, and it may feel really weird the first time you've done it. In the same way that if you went out for a run for the first time in a long time, your legs are going to feel tired and sore, and they're not used to it. Your eyes also might not be used to this type of movement. So what we're going to do is, just sitting up tall, we're going to just take a little measuring stick, a little measurement of how things are going in the shoulders and in the neck and just across kind of this region, the upper body. Okay, so I'd like you to just sit up tall, close your eyes, and turn your head slowly to one side, and just notice how far your head turns, where the stress points are, or the tension points, let's say, how high up the shoulder might rise as you turn. And then roll it back through center and over to the other side. And again, just feel how far the head turns, where there's tension, how the shoulders feel as you turn. So we're just checking in, okay? And then come back through center. So again, that's just our measurement. That's just a little starting idea of where we're at in this region. And maybe you're super relaxed and you're less stressed than so many of us, in which case that's great. But we're just going to now come into the exercise. So what we do is we come down onto the back, okay? And bend the knees and place the soles of the feet on the floor. That's it for the legs, they're just chilling. And now with your head, Obviously for now you can look at the screen, but just to say with your head, in a moment when we come into the exercise, your nose is going to stay pointing straight up to the sky. So your eyes are going to turn to the right initially and then to the left later, but the nose stays at center. So we're not turning the head with the eyes, okay? So that's really important here. Now, you can leave your arms at the sides of your body, or you can interlace your fingers and put your head into your hands. However, I know some people don't find this comfortable. It's a nice way of doing it because it does mean that you're much more aware if your head turns. But again, for some people, this gets uncomfortable. So I just want you to find what serves you, whether you want to cradle the head or just keep your arms at the sides. Okay? So turn your face to center. And just sigh out. And then from here, open your eyes if they were closed. And again, I want you to imagine that there's a puppet string from your nose to the ceiling. And it's very taut, and we are not turning the head as a result of that very taut puppet string going straight up from the nose. Okay? So now we're going to turn the eyes to the right. And I want you to take the eyes to the right corners as far as you can. So you're probably looking up near the top of your wall or near the ceiling. You might be seeing kind of the outline of the nose with that left eye. Oh, and just keep your eyes here. We're going to stay here for about a minute, but you can blink. And you may already start to feel the need to yawn, to sigh, to swallow, to take a deep breath. Just allow for all of those things, okay? So if you naturally, again, feel the need to yawn, sigh, swallow, etc., that's great. Just go ahead. But again, keep your eyes to the right, blink as normal. If you are getting the need to sigh, to yawn, to swallow, these are all vasovagal responses. So this is a good sign if you feel the need. And it's not that it's a bad sign if you don't. It's just that maybe, again, you're more relaxed than those of us that are having those responses. Okay, take your eyes back to center. And again, you might be, I've had a really stressful few days, so this is not a surprise to me. You might be getting some yawns, some deep breaths, some sighs, or it might just be me tonight, who knows. So again, just take a few more seconds here at center, just allowing yourself to respond if you are responding. Okay. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So again, face at center, nice taut puppet string, nose to the ceiling. And we take our eyes over to the left as far as we can, out to the left corners. And again, just breathe deeply, allow yourself to blink, allow for the responses as they come. Another breath here. And take your eyes back to center. And again, just allow for yourself to respond if you have responses. From here, start to draw your knees in towards your chest. Just hug your legs. Oh, and cross your ankles. Take your right hand to your right knee, left to your left. Tuck the chin in towards your chest and just gently roll all the way back up to seated. Okay, now once you have come back up to seated, just sit up nice and tall, and then close your eyes. And again, turn your head to one side. Just notice if the head turns any further, if there's any release through the neck and the shoulders. And slowly take the head back through center. And over to the other side. And again, just notice how far the head will turn, what's going on there. Take it back through center. All right. So you might have found that that was amazing. Some people do. Some people are always like, wow, mind blown. And some people are like, that did nothing. Okay? If you're in the camp of it did something for you, that it helped, just know that you don't even have to do the measurement with the neck and the shoulders. It's the kind of thing that you can do every day. It's really just 1 minute to each side. Or some people time it. 45 seconds to a minute, they might just time it on their phone, or you'll just often get to the point where you naturally feel the release and bring it back to center. Go to the other side, feel a little release and bring it back to center. But it's just the kind of thing that when you're feeling really stressed out, if you've had a really stressful day, you can just literally take 2 minutes and do that. And it can just be helpful for your nervous system. And it's the kind of, I have one client now who does it every morning and every evening. Like for her, it's been quite life-changing. So, again, if it worked for you, cool. If not, well, it was worth a try. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a few things. Oh gosh, there's never enough time. We're going to do a few things with the legs and with the hips. And we'll go from there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take, it doesn't even matter which leg right now, we're going to take one leg out front, okay? Again, it doesn't matter which because we're going to add a movement in here where they go back and forth. And the other leg's coming up towards the thigh. In a moment, so we're going to sit up tall, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale ha and lean down towards that leg, and then we push ourselves back up and we swap legs. So we inhale nice and tall and we exhale ha as we're coming down, and we're just going to take it back and forth. Now some people like to use their hands to help the feet back and forth. Others might like to push off the floor with the fingertips, okay? So it doesn't matter which way you do it. We're going to go a little quickly, and the idea is that we're just getting a nice influx of oxygen into the body as we're doing this. We're waking up the legs, we're waking up the hips, okay? So starting whichever side you're on, take a big inhale, and we exhale, ha, ha, ha. And it doesn't matter how far down you go, okay? What matters is that you're moving, and we're just starting to stretch things out a little bit. Ha, ha. Ha, 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 Ha. A few more. Ha. 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 And start to slow it down. Ha. Okay, and then when next your right leg comes out in front of you, leave it there. Bring your left foot into your right thigh, okay? Flex that flex that right foot out in front of you. If you feel, again, like you're struggling, if you have a sore lower back or you're very tight in your hips, feel free to sit up onto something thin, like a folded up blanket. Likewise, if this knee is up really high, you can always prop it up with something like a yoga block or a pillow, okay? So then from here, we're going to take the fingertips either side of this right knee, roll the shoulders back, elongate the spine. So we have this beautiful proud chest. And we're just going to inhale here in Mahamudra or Great Seal pose. Seal is on an envelope, not the flippered kind. And then we're going to lean in a little bit and take your heart towards the front of your foot, okay? If you have a sensitive back, then go ahead and keep in this position where your heart is going forward rather than round in your spine, okay? If you want to take it a little bit further and your back is fine with rounding, there's no injuries or sensitivities there, you can start to go a little further forward, taking the head down towards the knee or the chin down towards the shin. And we're just going to start to stretch into the back of that right leg, saying hey to that leg. But the other thing here is theoretically folds. Anytime we're kind of folding forward when we're on the floor like this, it's theoretically good also for blood flow into the reproductive system. So again, we're talking about uterine blood flow, things like that, okay? Again, that's theoretical though, okay? So you just take it, I know it's a fertility class, but you take it with a pinch of salt. I don't want you just to spend your whole day in this position, okay? Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, slowly roll it all the way back up. And then from here, just draw that right leg back, bring the feet together, draw your heels towards your groin, interlace your fingers over your toes, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, taking the heart forward. And then if it feels okay to you, you can also round down here. So again, we're talking about a pose that has benefits for circulation, also circulation for the legs. Lift the head, lift the heart, and then we slide that left foot forward and just bring your right foot into that thigh. And again, use props as you need. If you need to sit up onto something or pop any support under that right knee, you do what you need to do there, okay? So we flex that left foot out in front of us, take the fingertips either side of the left knee, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. So again, we're feeling that length through the spine, like we're creating space through the vertebrae. Then exhale, lean forward. Okay. And then if it feels okay to your back, Round down, taking the head down towards the knee. And just breathe into that. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Slowly roll yourself back. Okay, and then we're going to pull that leg back, but then this time we're going to take the legs out to a wide position with the knees bent, feet on the floor. I'm just going to scoot up a little bit. Okay. It looks like that foot's much further forward, but it's actually not. It's just the angle. Okay. So what we're going to do here is very awkward. If you've ever done these classes before, we've done this a few times. Again, this is a pose that is believed to have reproductive benefits. So what we're going to do is, again, just go with the awkwardness. We're going to take the hands, not directly under the sits bones, because that will hurt if you slid your fingers right under the bony part, but kind of just scooping around it. So your hands coming under your bottom, but not under the bony part, okay? And then from here, we're just kind of rolling the shoulders back and opening up through the chest, and we can push the elbows against the legs. What we're not doing is leaning back too far. Again, we're really tractioning up through the spine. We're going to take an inhale here, tractioning up, and then exhale. We tuck the chin into the chest and we release, kind of rounding back. And then again, we're going to inhale. We really roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Traction up, feel that length through the spine. And then exhale. Couple more. Last one, inhale, traction up. Oh, and then just gently release. Take your legs wide. I have a doggy friend coming. So, this is my 15-year-old boy who is Prince of the World, okay? So, all right, so yeah, you lay down, that's a good idea. No? Okay. So we're going to, there we go. Come on, just do it. Take the legs out wide, and we're going to inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And again, we're going to now turn to the left and just hinge forward from the hips, bow down over that leg, but you just go to the point that it feels right to you. Roll the hands back in towards the heart. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bow to the other side. And we're just going to take a few of those side to side, okay? Excuse me. Take one more to each side. Okay, and then come all the way back through center. And then we're going to, again, take those folds. So kind of anytime, again, that you're folding, there's some belief that can be beneficial, but folds also are really great for physiologically calming the body. So not only are we stretching, but good things are happening for our bodies as far as calming things down, which again is probably the most important benefit of yoga when we're talking about fertility. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, And then turn towards that left leg. Okay, and then hinge forward. Take the fingertips down, roll the shoulders back. And again, if it feels like you don't want to round down, that's okay. Stay here with this nice flat back going forward. Which is partially in my way here. And then we can take it down, taking the head down towards the knee or the chin down towards the shin. Inhale, lift all the way back up through center. Take your arms up, turn towards the other side, just a simple swap. We're going to exhale, hinge forward, take the fingertips down, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. Again, as you lean in here, if this is enough for your body, enough for your back, great. Otherwise, take the head down towards the knee. Or again, chin towards the shin. So we get that very deep stretch moving through the back of this leg. Walk it back up to center or come back up to center. And your fear about where it might be going is where it's going. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward. So we're going to walk the hands out in front of us, flex the feet, roll the shoulders back. You're going to feel the stretch on the insides of your legs, okay? Now take it to the point that you're happy to take it. Maybe you come down onto the forearms. Maybe you can stack your fists and take your forehead onto stacked fists. Maybe you can take the arms all the way out. Or maybe there's a dog close enough that you can turn him into a pillow. Don't worry about where you're at, okay? So some people are naturally a bit more flexible, and what you have to remember is that if someone is naturally more flexible, it does mean that they need to do a little more to get the stretch. So if you're getting a really good stretch and you're sitting up a bit higher, that's okay. You're feeling the stretch and that's what matters, okay? And slowly walk yourself back. We walk back and back and back. And then the good moment, you're going to bend your knees and bring your legs in. And then avoiding the dog, you're going to come down onto your back again with your knees bent. Once you come down onto your back, take a moment just to sigh out. Okay. Oh, and then walk your heels up towards your bottom as close as is comfortable. Draw your hands to the sides of your body. Okay. Feet at a hip distance stance. And then we're going to push through the feet into the ball, the side, the heel of each foot. We're going to inhale, lift the hips, lift the pelvis. So we're lifting everything up, 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 up. And then we're going to interlace the fingers under the body and walk the shoulder blades in so that the shoulders are hugging around the spine. And we're just lifting up into our bridge pose, up into Saktu Bandhasana. So this is a great pose for your kidneys, your adrenals, your thyroid. Obviously, it's a leg and a back strengthener as well. It's really easy to kind of start to drop down as you're here, so just do the best that you can to really lift everything up. Then you can play with rolling up into the balls of your feet. Take your heels back down. Oh, unwind your shoulders, unwind your arms. Take it down, draw the knees in towards your chest, hug your legs. Take a moment just to sigh out here. And draw the soles of the feet down. Now walk your legs together and then tip your knees out to the side. So you're finding a supine bound angle pose. Now, this is a great pose that you can do on the floor, but for some people, especially if you have lower back sensitivities or even just depending on the natural tilt of your pelvis, for some people, this doesn't always feel the best, in which case it's a really lovely pose that you can do against a wall. So you could take yourself up towards a wall and then just let your knees tip out towards the sides, just finding where you're happy to be with that, okay? And again, this is something not just for this moment right now, but something that you could use just anytime you're feeling like you need a little bit of a hip opener. Also really good when we're talking about fertility yoga. And actually a great pose for fertility yoga, for pregnancy yoga, for just general restorative yoga is a pose where we take the legs up the wall. So again, you might not be near a wall right now, so don't worry if you're not here. But if you're feeling really stressed out, sometimes all you have to do is just go throw your legs up a wall. Okay? So get close to it and throw your legs up it. Okay? So we're still in that supine bound angle. We'll just take a few more breaths here. Okay, and then tip your legs back together. And then from here, either bring yourself to a position with your feet at hip distance, legs bent, or if again it feels okay to you, just extend your legs out, letting them flop and splay. Relax your arms. Close your eyes. And take a few last deep inhales through the nose with exhales sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. Just feel your body melting down. Taking a few moments to just nourish here on the ground. take a moment to send some gratitude through your body, gratitude for the fact that you can move, that you can walk, that you have the ability just to breathe without thinking about it. From here, draw some movement back into your fingers and into your toes, just letting them dance a little bit. And then slowly roll towards one side. And bring yourself all the way back up to seated. And once you come back up to seated, just take your hands into prayer in front of the heart. Gently bow, honoring your body, your light, your practice on this earth. And thank you all so much for coming this evening.